say first of all that sadly I'm not related to this Hamilton family, and I'm really happy that they're here today. I think I'm very proud to be here representing the football club along with Paul Cuddihy and Adrian Philby. And the last time we were here, probably the last time we played Aberdeen as well, the 6th of November, we were here for Dan Doyle just behind us. Peter Lawwell spoke about this football club being more than a club, and I think the work of the Celtic Braves, as he mentioned that day, is certainly testimony to that. It was no hardship for Adrian and I to make that journey from Philadelphia to Brooklyn. It was a treacherous day, I have to say, and very quickly along the way Adrian learned the ways of the Holy Rosary, so it was worthwhile in that regard. I think that everyone at Celtic supports the work of the Celtic Grave Society, and we look forward to the continuance of this work over the next 18 months or so.
Thanks a lot, Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, Davy Hamilton, outside left, came up to Celtic Park in 1902, which is quite a difficult time for Celtic. They had started off very successfully in their first 12 years, 4 league championships, 3 Scottish Cups, plus numerous Glasgow and charity cups. But then about 1900 hit the buffers a wee bit, where Willie Maley was trying to develop his own team, and in the course of nearly 4 years they only had 1 charity cup to show for their efforts. Then they won the Scottish Cup 1904 and did it again 1907, 1908, and Davy Hamilton also played 1911. They could have done it in 1909, of course, apart from the fact that the Hampden riot meant that the Cups was withheld. And also at that time 6 consecutive league championships, a quite remarkable achievement, and the first time it had ever been done in Scottish football history. In those days the job of a winger was to get the ball to the byline and get it across for the Jimmy Quinns of this world to score the goals. But Davy Hamilton was also an individualist as well, and 60 goals and 260 appearances shows that he had an eye for goal as well. He was also a member of a very iconic Celtic forward line, Bennett, McMenemy, Quinn, Summers and Hamilton, and it's perhaps appropriate that we have another member of another iconic forward line, Johnson, Wallace, Chalmers, Auld and Lennox here today in Bobby. Although Bobby, I read once that Davy Hamilton was extremely good at when he got the ball from his fullback, he was very good at giving the ball sometimes back to the fullback, and I thought that would be very nice to actually back. So that lets you out for a start. But anyway, he also played at a really unusual time in Scottish football, and this is where it nearly goes into the realms of fantasy. Maximum wage, £4 a week. No bonuses. The bonus you got for winning the league, winning the cup. You didn't get a bonus for playing a match on a Saturday. The second thing would be probably that they did all their training at Celtic Park. You round the track. Ball was something that you didn't get very much indeed. There was some strange attitude towards it. You were told, even, as I'm sure you'll remember, Bobby, in the early 60s, when we asked for a ball, you were told you get enough of that on a Saturday. Your training was just running. And the third thing was, and this is the bit where I find it quite incredible, that none of these guys would have had a car. By the turn of the 20th century, there were a reputed 9,000 cars in Great Britain. There are now 65 million cars in Great Britain. But none of these guys would have had a car. They would have gone everywhere by public transport, which in those days would have been either the train or an electric tram or a horse-drawn tram, even just the years before that as well. So the idea of Davy Hamilton standing at the bottom of the driveway at Celtic Park waiting to get a tram into town, you know, is really very unusual when he played for a team that did all that he did. Thanks are due to the Celtic Grave Society for the marvellous work they're putting in recognising the last resting places of these players. And it's great to see members of the Hamilton family here today as well. And our thoughts are with you because this is very proud. Thank you very much.